So I've seen some pretty bold claims. I've seen some most comfortable shoes list, and a lot of people seem to have dethroned what has been the king for years in the Invincible run, the Zoom X foam from Nike, and I had to know for myself. The Rebel V4. I had the Rebel V3, and it was super comfortable, but I wouldn't put that over the the Invincible Run 1, 2, or 3. So to see people constantly putting this number 1 and the Invincible Run falling to number 2, I just had to buy a pair. And I've done some testing on them, and I have my conclusions. So let's check it out. Let's kick it. So here we go. New Balance sportwear box, basically. We have the Rebel V4. Love the colorway. Love the colorway. I got the paper squished down. So like I said, I've been wearing them. Here we have it. I love the colorway. You can see all the compression marks. Like I said, I've been wearing them. They're dirty on the bottom. So a lot of grip. Super lightweight. They weigh nothing. They're even lighter than the Rebel V3. So let's look around this. So you have a much chunkier fuel cell midsole than the previous version. There you see it says New Balance Rebel with an orange hit on the black. There's a little bit of a heel cup here that feels like maybe some type of very thinly veiled plastic, not really a heavy TPU or anything like that. Again, you have rubber in the high wear areas with a lot of foam, plenty of room for it to flex and compress. When we start at the toe down view, here you can see we have super breathable. It's a synthetic mesh layer, and I mean it is super thin. It weighs nothing. Breathability is no issue whatsoever. You can literally see into the footbed here. It is so thin, and the mesh netting is so fine. With some texturing, you have a few little details, I guess, for added structure or something along those lines. I don't know. But you have the New Balance in this synthetic fused pressed piece on there that actually adds as a little bit of support for if you tie it down to really hold your foot into the footbed. When we come back around this way, similar thing, the end's smaller, but you do have this like TPU like orange panel on the inside that actually goes into the lacing system, as you can see here. Let me put that down a little bit so you can see it, and then you have a smaller piece of it behind the end as well. So there is some structure and some support to have some, not really stability for lateral and medial, because you're not going to be doing side-to-side movements. This is a straightforward north and south runner. I love the little New Balance hit on the tip of the rubber that comes up. And then very thin tongue. If you're the type that likes to leave it laced and slide your foot in and out, which I do, be mindful this is a pain in the ass. On the V3 it's the same thing. But very thin. You do have some additional mesh. So it's like a semi-boot design. Let me see if I can get to where you can see that. It's like a semi-boot design. You can see that mesh in there. So the tongue is connected. And I don't think I have to worry about glue. Yeah, no worries about glue to set the insole into it. So you can see perforated. Nice little fuzzy sock liner, but very perforated. Soft polyurethane. Very thin polyurethane midsole. What are they calling it here? Durapontex is what they're calling this. It's a thin polyurethane is what it comes down to. You're not going to really get any step-in comfort out of this because it's very irrelevant for the comfort, because you're right on top of the midsole here, and it's this big chunky fuel cell. Because, you know, I will say there's no false advertising here when it comes to step-in comfort. It's elite tier. This is the top of the food chain, I have to say. But we'll get to, is it the king of the mountain? Is it literally the tippy top of the food chain, or just among the greats? Because no matter what, it's definitely among the greats. I've had some on-foot footage throughout, but I just love this colorway, I gotta say, because I'm a big bright color guy, especially in the summer. High visibility yellow, personal favorite of mine. Safety orange and safety yellow is basically how you look at this. They have a lot of colorways of this at this point. And I've noticed online a lot of people seem to have this colorway. I guess it's the most popular one. And I mean, the hell, I mean, I think it's great. I'm actually going to wear these today. I'm going to the gym here in just a little bit to do chest and back. I did legs yesterday, so I don't have to worry about having too squishy of a, for stability. So I'll just rock these casually to the gym in a little bit. Guys, I got to tell you, if I'm sitting here, which I haven't done yet, I may be doing it sooner than later. My personal top 10 most comfortable shoes currently in my collection. I'm still torn on if it would take the Invincible Run out at number 1. It's really close. I think, gun to my head here in the moment, I might have to give the edge to it because it is a little bit lighter on foot. And that does play a role. It's got a lot of bounce. This is a very springy shoe. The Invincible Run's a very springy shoe as well. The previous version was springy. You had about close to half the amount of foam that you have here. The Invincible Run, the Rebel V3, was surprising for me when I just bought it on a whim and fell in love with the shoe, and it immediately went into my top 5 most comfortable. But I started hearing about everything everybody was saying about this one. I was like, there's no way they improved it that much. And then I got it. It is a massive improvement over the V3. If you have the V3, you like the V3, you will love the V4. The V4 is, in my opinion, far superior to the previous version, to where it literally rivals the Invincible Run 3, the 1, 2, and 3. And personally, I like the 1 and 2 better than the 3. I have all 3 versions. Whenever a 4 rolls around, we will get that eventually, it's going to shake the world up for both runners and lifestyle enthusiasts such as you and I, because you're probably a lifestyle wearer, because this is not a running review. This is for lifestyle wear. Those of us that just like crazy underfoot cushion a lot of the times, which I go back and forth. I like stability because I don't like my feet to have to just work their asses off all the time to keep me stable. It's not good to wear this every day of your life all the time. You got to have some more structure and stability for your feet and your ankles. It's just better for your foot health. You don't want to wear something like this every single day. But for certain days when you do want to rock it, you do want that plush pillow under your feet. Gun to my head, I think this might be better. This might be number 1. Where I stand here today, I'm going to go further into it. Don't hold my feet to the fire on if it's going to be number 1 when I do that top 10 in the next few weeks, but where I stand right now, it might be number 1. I think that added like fluff to it being a lighter shoe with it being soft and still springy at the same time, I think does make it slightly superior to the Invincible Run 3. So I guess what it all boils down to is everything I've been hearing seems like everybody's right. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe before you leave this video. I hope this video was entertaining and helpful in some form or fashion. Catch you guys on the next one.